Hello, good evening children. Welcome to our class. I am Ramarao, ZPHS Beetalavalsa, Padmanabh Mandalam. I am happy to say online class because of Corona. You people are very apart from one and another. So, I want to share my class with you from my videos. I think all of you pay your interest towards my videos. Today, I would like to say direct indirect speech. Today, I am going to tell direct indirect speech. Before we learn the direct indirect speech, all of you must know the something concerned to it. Now I am asking for questions. Please, you people give response. You child, what is this?
A.
What is this?
P.
What is this?
P.
What is this?
L.
And what is this?
E.
Now, can you combine all these letters?
Yes. Apple.
You say one by one.
A.
Yes,
P.
yes,
P.
E,
L.
L,
E.
E. Right. Different kinds of letters, when we combine all those, we get a word. We get a word. Again, children, please concentrate here. What is this?
Apple.
What is this?
Is.
What is this?
Red.
Now, you combine all those words. Can you combine?
Yes.
Apple
is
is
red.
red. Here, a group of letters we call word. A group of words we call sentence. Why are telling all those things? You have some doubt. But before you learn the direct indirect speech, you must know all these words. What is sentence? Okay. Now we have four kinds of sentence. We have four kinds of sentence. Has anybody known? Has anybody known about that?
Yes.
We have four kinds of sentences. It is a need to learn the four kinds of sentence before going to learn the direct indirect speech. In direct indirect speech, we have to face all those four kinds of sentence. Already somebody known and already somebody use these four kinds of sentence in their regular life. Even he is illiterate or literate, he can use all these four kinds of sentences. Can anybody tell what is the first kind of sentence?
Assertive
Yes.
or declarative.
Very good. Assertive or declarative. Or anybody else? Can you say what is second kind of sentence? Can you say? Okay. Now we know about the second one. The second one is, first one is assertive or declarative. The second one is interrogative. What is that? Interrogative. First one is assertive or declarative. Second one is interrogative. Now we learn and we know the third one. What is third one?
Imperative. Imperative.
Right. Imperative. What is third one? Imperative. What is third one?
Imperative.
Imperative. First one is assertive. Second one is interrogative. Third one is imperative. What about fourth one? Fourth one is exclamatory. Very good. Exclamatory. Exclamatory. Already we discussed about the four kinds of sentence. Those are assertive or declarative, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. These are the four kinds of sentences in English. These four kinds of sentence we must use in a daily our life. Not only we, every people must use all these kinds of sentences, whether they know or they do not know. Can you copy it? All of you write down. Shall I rub the board? Have you finished it to write?
Yes.
Okay. Next we'll move for each sentence. Okay? Let us know what is declarative. Let us know what is declarative. What is declarative sentence? A sentence which gives a statement. A sentence which tells about something is called declarative. It can state the position of the particular person, object. It gives the statement. That means a sentence which declares something, which declares something is called declarative. A sentence which declares something is called declarative. Now we know the second one. We know the second one. Interrogative. What is interrogative? There is one specific identity for the interrogative. We can easily identify the interrogative sentence anywhere. Why? The sentence which has the question mark at ending. The sentence which has a question mark at ending, that is called interrogative. So we say that the sentence which has a question mark is called interrogative. Have you copied?
Yes.
First one is declarative. A sentence which is declares something is called declarative. The second one is interrogative. A sentence Okay, now we learn the third one. Already we discussed the first one, declarative, second one, interrogative, the third one, imperative or imperative. What is imperative? What is imperative? A sentence which shows or which states command or request. A sentence which shows or which says about the thing, command or request, is called imperative. A sentence which shows or states the command or request is called imperative. Okay, the first one is declarative. What is that means? A sentence which declares something is called declarative. The second one is interrogative. What does that mean? A sentence which has a question mark. A sentence which shows question is called interrogative. The third one is imperative. This means a sentence which shows or states command or request is called imperative. The next one is, the fourth one, exclamatory. What is that? Exclamatory. The fourth one is exclamatory. That means it is also a identity like interrogative. What is that identity? An exclamatory sentence has the symbol of exclamatory symbol. Have you known, all of you? This one is a exclamatory symbol. Okay, now we have to write about the definition of exclamatory. A sentence which gives the sudden and strong feeling. A sentence which gives the meaning of sudden and strong feeling. That is called exclamatory. We can't expect the emotion. Suddenly it will come out. That is exclamatory. For example, some of the words which are related to the exclamatory is hooray, oh, aha, alas, like that. Okay, once again we just recapitulate all the sentences. The first one is declarative, second one is interrogative, third one is imperative, the fourth one is exclamatory. Already we have known all the definitions of those sentences. Okay, now I will give some of the examples about all the sentences which I taught. You can trace out or you can identify those sentences on the board. Okay, shall I rub the board? Okay. First one, Ravi is busy now. Okay. Okay. Now we can trace out the sentences which are related to the which kind. Ravi is busy now. Ravi is busy now. Already we discussed about 4 kinds of sentences. So we can say that Ravi is busy now is declarative sentence. What kind of sentence? Declarative. Have you understood or not? Then one more sentence. What is your name? What is your name? Can you say that? Yes, that's right. This is interrogative. This is interrogative. Okay, we'll go for next. Already we trace out the sentence Ravi is busy now, declarative sentence. Then what is your name? Interrogative sentence. Next. Please give me your pen. What kind of sentences?
Imperative.
Yes, this is imperative sentence. How did we know this is imperative? Because in the sentence of sense, we know that request, please give me your pen. So we call it as a interrogative imperative sentence. Then I will give one more example. Who?
Oh.
What a beautiful flower it is. What a beautiful flower it is. What kind of sentence we can say that? Yes, this is an exclamatory. This is an exclamatory sentence. How did we say that it is an exclamatory sentence? Because here 2 reasons. One is the exclamatory symbol. The second one is the feeling which we can express. Oh, what a beautiful flower it is. So children, when you want to learn the direct indirect speech, you can thorough all these 4 kinds of sentences. Whenever I am asking, whenever I am asking, you can ready to say, you can ready to trace out the those kinds of sentences. Then we are easily doing the direct indirect speech. Okay. Next, something is more for before the learning of direct indirect speech. Okay. Shall I run the board? We'll go for next. Yes. Now we know that what is direct? What is direct speech? What is direct speech? Suppose if I say something to that girl, that is direct speech. I want to say something to her, that is direct speech. That is direct speech. Then what about the
Indirect speech.
First, already we discussed that something I am telling myself or something to her. That is direct speech. Indirect speech means same thing another person to tell someone. To tell someone. That day Ramarao sir told her someone he is not doing like this, as he is doing like this. That is indirect speech. So, in direct speech, we have some principles and we have the sentence in one of the systematic way. That is, for example, I'll write a word. Rama says. Okay, children, after small break, we will join again in the class. Already, I wrote one of the sentence on the board. Rama says, I am well. Rama says, I am well. This is a direct speech. This is a direct speech. Here, one small tip. We can identify the direct speech very easy. How you know? Direct speech has quotations in one of the sentence. Okay, the quotations part, we say that reported speech. In out of quotations area, we call that reporting speech. Have you understood or not? In quotations, we call that reported speech. In plain, we call that reporting speech. In the reporting speech, there is a verb. There is a verb. We call it reporting verb. Reporting verb. Here in reported speech also we have one of the verb, that means be form. We call that reported verb. Okay, that's all. Here we can say that reporting speech and reported speech. In reporting speech verb, we say that reporting verb. In reported speech verb, we say that reported verb. Okay, now we'll go for first principle. First principle. What is that you know? The first one is when the reporting verb in present tense. When the reporting verb in present tense, we won't change the reported verb. When the reporting verb is in present tense, we won't change the reported verb. We have to write in the same position. That means here the verb is in present tense. When you change the sentence, you can also mention same position. Here present tense, you can also write it answer in present tense only. Why? Because the reporting verb is in a present tense. Have you understood or not? That is one rule. The second one is when the reporting verb is in future tense. That means will say. That means will say. For example, Rama will say. Rama will say, I am well. Here The will say states as what is it? Future
Future tense.
future tense. So, as it is, how would we do? When the reporting speech in present tense, we won't change the reported verb. In the same way, when the reporting verb is in future tense, we won't change the verb in the reported speech. Have you understood or not? We'll go for some examples. Shall I rub the board? Okay. Here, Ravi says, I am busy. Now, you write. Okay, children. Ravi says, I am busy. Ravi says, I am busy. First of all, we identify the quotation sentence. First of all, we identify the sentence in the quotations. What kind of sentence this is? This is very good. Declarative sentence. This is declarative sentence. Why we are telling about this kind of sentence? When declarative sentence comes in reported speech, we use that as conjunction. That as a conjunction. Okay. Next, we'll come for previous class. Already we said that here this is what is that? What is that? This is reporting verb. Very good. Reporting verb. And this is reported verb. Very good. This is reported verb. What is the first principle? Can anybody say? Very good. When the reporting verb is in present tense, we won't change the reported verb in the quotations. That means first you have to write Ravi says that. Why we put that here? Because this is declarative sentence. So we have to put that here. That I means who? I means who? That is Ravi. So we say that I is Ravi. So we can put here he pronoun. He is a pronoun. He. So here the rule is when the reporting speech is in present tense, we won't change the reported verb. So we no need to change the reported verb. Here the be form is in present tense. Same way we can use the same present tense be form. Here the be form am used beside I, but here same the be form in same tense we can use is here. Have you understood or not? Yes. Then you write busy. This is based on first principle. This is based on first principle. What is that, you know? What is that principle? When the reporting verb is in the present tense, we won't or we no need to change of the reported verb in the quotations. On the same basis we can we have written this answer. The second principle is Ravi will say, I have no money. Ravi will say, I have no money. Here also, what is the future be form here? Will. This is future be form. The second principle is when the present when the reporting speech is in present tense or future tense, we won't change the verb in the quotations. So here the reporting verb in the present tense. Have you understood or not? So we have no need to change the verb in the quotations. Here verb is have. Here is verb is have. What is the verb position? Have position present tense. What is that? Present tense. So we can write the same present tense in the reported speech. Okay? Now you write answer for this question. Ravi will say, this is also declarative, so we can use that as a conjunction. I placed have. Okay, children. Once again, we'll repeat this sentence. Ravi will say, I have no money. Ravi will say, I have no money. This sentence based on second principle. What is the second principle? Just we can remember the second principle. When the reporting speech in future tense, we have no need to change the verb in the quotations. So we write like this. Ravi will say, this is also declarative, so we can put that here. When we comment those sentences, we can use that as a conjunction. Then you have to write, who is I? Ravi. So you write a he. Instead of I, you write a he, because Ravi says that. Have. What is have? Have is present tense. In the same sentence, we can same verb. We can use same verb, same perfect tense, same present perfect tense we can use. So here I, the subject is I, so we can use have. But here the subject is he, so we have to use has. Have you understood or not? No money. Yes, please. Just we remember, once again we repeat the sentence. The first one is, when the reporting verb is in the present tense, we want to change the verb in the quotations. When the reporting verb is future tense, we won't change in the verb in the quotations. What is third one? We can go for the next. The third principle is, Ravi said, I am busy. I am busy. Here, what is the difference from first one to third one and the second one to third one? Here he mentioned present tense. Here he mentioned future tense. But whereas in the third sentence he used past tense. He used past tense. When the past tense came in the reporting verb, as a reporting verb, we have to change the quotations verb, that is reported verb. How we would change the verb in the quotations? We have to change the verb for the next position. Next position. Here, what is the verb or what is the be form mentioned here? Yeah, very good. What is that position? What is the am position? B1. Am I right? So, what is the next position of am? Yes, was. What is that? Was. So, we have to write here like this. Ravi said that. As usually, this is also declarative sentence. So, when we join the two sentences, we can use the conjunction as that. Then I, who is I? Ravi is I. So we say that what Ravi said. So we can convert the I to he. Then you have to write the verb before. How would we write? Because when the reporting verb in the past tense, we must change the reported verb. How it will be changed? Was. What is the next of this verb? Am, was. So we can use was here. Then you have to write busy. Have you understood or not? Okay, just we repeat all the principles once again. Okay, children, now we have to come conclusion. We repeat once again the direct indirect speech. The direct speech means which can we reveal to another person is direct speech. The same thing that should be revealed to another person is called indirect speech. Okay, that is main thing. The next one is the direct speech always in quotations, whereas indirect speech is in statement. So we can identify direct speech in easily with the quotations. The third one is when you want to learn the direct speech or indirect speech, we can know the four kinds of sentences. You must know all the kinds of sentences because those sentences come in the direct and indirect speech. The next thing is there is some principles for approaching the direct indirect speech. The first one is there is for example, Ravi is busy now. Ravi is busy. Here Ravi says means here reporting speech. I am busy means this is reported speech. When the reporting speech is present tense and future tense, we want to change the reported verb. We have to write same way the verb how he has given in the question. The third one is we can change the verb in quotations. How? When the reporting speech in past tense, for example, Ravi said, I am busy. Here said means that is past tense, reporting verb past tense. So we should change the reporting speech verb. This is a very close gist of this direct indirect speech. We can more and more explain or we can know very detailed things about this topic in our next class. Okay, all of you keep remember all these things and write down in your notes and keep it in your memory. When I am asking any questions from this topic, you have to ready to tell the answers. Okay, we'll again continue same topic in our next class. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I will give some homework on this. All of you write your opinions and write answers which you are concerned. Thank you very much. Once again, have a good luck. Have a good day. Very good.